Back with where I left off with my last opinion that I came on live and gave my last opinion about the SNAP EBT cutoffs in 2025. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button to show your support. Feel free to leave your comments in the chat after the stream because the comments are probably turned off on the stream. It's not because we don't think you guys' opinions matter. I just got to do things a little different on my lives, okay? Keep down the confusion because, people are already irritated and aggravated as it is over the snap cuts, okay? Now, y'all see people was agitated and irritated over things before these snap cuts happen. But I'm kind of glad that Trump is doing this. So maybe people can more look at people are forced to look at like what it is they're really mad about in life or who they're really mad at and stuff like this. In my opinion, you don't have time to be mad at nobody like some of the more mature people were saying the whole time. You don't have time to be upset and angry at people when you have a full household to feed. People really will try to play those games with you though, like make you look like you find them worth arguing and bickering with over literally providing, making sure there's a table full of food every night for your family. Nobody has time, space, or energy for those type of I don't know. It's just weird. Like for you to really desire to somebody to put their life on hold to care about why they don't like you when people have whole families to feed. Not just their immediate families too. It's some people with immediate families helping outside households to eat. And that was going on before snap cuts. So I want to start the topic by talking about how that really was crazy to see. I know, you know how the news try to put it like, yeah, all these people, sit down, here. All these people all these food banks are trying to get prepared for the new SNAP EBT cuts. And I guess they are. But what I saw that food banks are really going through is they don't know how they're going to supply the long lines to feed people. You see, they just put it like, oh, food banks are preparing. There's nothing to... Let me tell y'all something. If people don't come in here and donate for them to have food to give people, there's nothing to prepare for. Shout out to the news stations and the food banks that are actually being honest. We want honesty, not just what make the people feel good, because trust me, the truth come out through how the people feel eventually. Now, these food banks are not, that's the truth. People got mad at me for saying that. They're not going to be able to supply food to 41.2 million SNAP beneficiaries who lose their benefits. They're not going to be able to do it. Where the food supposed to come from? They're supposed to be going to all the food banks that people are supposed to be lining up at. It's really, really unfortunate, but my heart does go out to like some of the first ones I'm seeing on the news about it is not the regular taxpayers. There are government workers, guys, government families already having to line up and get in those lines because their pay has been kind of suspended until the government shutdown ends. So it's not just the regular people out here being affected. When I saw that, y'all wouldn't believe the kind of things that make me go on my knees in prayer, even if you don't physically see it. It's called praying from your heart. You can get on your knees and pray to God, and people think you're doing nothing. They can think you're standing there and focused on them the whole time you praying about the conditions of the world around you. And I've been like that. I personally have been like that. But it's really time to get into prayer warrior mode to me, because I was like, God, look at this. It was people already looking for the SNAP recipients that aren't aware. When y'all be in them stores shopping, people be looking at your basket, even if you think they're not. Looking at everything you put on that conveyor belt for those cashiers to scan, and they had been doing it. And then they go take their personal opinions about what they saw a person in the store buying. They see you put crab legs, seafood boils, steaks and stuff up there on the conveyor belt. I think they got together and started playing, having Snap cut off a long time ago. 'Cause we're already watching it. And what inspired this live today was me watching what another lady was saying about it. She was like, EBT kids was coming to school in designer clothes. I said, dang, that's cold. That's cold. I mean, even me, who mostly speaks for the people in the low poverty and people who might be struggling, how can you defend it? Like, how can I defend it? Not saying that my kids was ever one of those. That just messes it up for everybody. They're saying that they had been looking at that. Teachers, everybody. They said some of these EBT parents was signed up for free and reduced lunch for their kids at school, but their kids was coming in the latest shoes and clothes and hairstyles every week. But you was going to the state office because I want to see where my heart lies with that truth, right? And I said, well, Teta Sherry, what do you think about this? And I asked myself, I see kind of why they want to cut off food stamps then. Like, come on, bro. You got parents out here who kids was coming in the latest Jordans and designer clothes, making the other kids feel like they, not every kid that's dressed and laced like that is bullying kids, but you do have a lot of them that do. Come on now. We're not going to pretend like designer clothes and stuff don't pump a person's head up. I wouldn't care if it's a kid. That's why some people feel like you shouldn't introduce them to that more than they schoolwork at too early of an age. And yes, y'all, the influence is out here. God can use me as the mouthpiece real quick. Those type of influences are running around here trying to make your kids feel like what the name of designer that's on their body is worth more than what is best for their livelihoods in the future. Nobody cares if you have that on. If you teach your child that's all that matter in life, they just gonna grow up being used and abused by people who only want them around because of what they think they got, what they think they have access to, what they think. Come on, man. Like I told my kids, anybody that you gotta have on a Gucci pair of pants and shirt to be their friend, that ain't your friend anyway. And the other friends they got that think they friends, that ain't they friends. Soon as that person ain't wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Nike anymore, see if they want to be your friend. But I don't want anybody for it to get that far for them to discover, oh, these ain't my friends. You lose your apartment, your car, your designer luxury, see how many friends you got. Like, why would y'all want to wait till people are adults to learn that lesson? Teach your kids that now. A lot of kids ain't even finna have that stuff no more, because guess where the parents' money finna go? These kids had the latest game systems, every new game that came out, but their parents were on EBT. It is what it is. I hope them ain't the parents that's out here judging people now. Because how is you getting EBT and your kid got the latest Xbox, PS5, every game they go to it, every latest shoes that came out, every latest hairstyle, every barber cut that come out? But you was getting EBT and Medicaid like 42 million other Americans. That's what they have a problem with. It's not about whether I advocate for Donald Trump or not. That regardless of who is the president, people were still going to be complaining about that, y'all. People had to start getting on TikTok, literally recording people in public. I saw two strangers get into it on TikTok because a man decided to pull out his camera while another person was loading the groceries in the back of their trunk. You guys should pay attention. I mean, if you're going to be on the internet, pay attention to the things on the internet that's actually going to show and teach you something. Not just on there so you can be messy and spread the next gossip. I said, well, this is some gossip for your ass, because the man pulled his phone out. I've been trying to tell people be recording y'all without y'all knowing it every single day. When you go out in public, what you gonna do? Stop them? You gonna be able to spot everybody that's pulling out their camera phone on you? No, you're not. You're not gonna be able to spot that all the time. Because most times when you're in public, you're out there to handle your business and move on to the next assignment. You know? The man pulled out his phone. He thought that he would go live and share with the world how this person that he was parked next to was putting stakes. I just was laughing because I thought it was crazy. I didn't know which more part was crazy. The fact that he felt like a person that got EBT shouldn't have been putting stakes. And this was going viral probably like 4 years ago. Even during the pandemic when Donald Trump was giving extra EBT benefits, They don't take the time to say, well, thank you for what you did help us with, Donald Trump and taxpayers. Because trust me, they even had restaurants that were you could purchase hot food with the EBT. Nobody's grateful for that now. Because how much money did people think that costed the country then? So this man, back then, he was just a representation that there were people that always exist that were watching your grocery carts and what you put in the trunk. Every time they see you scan a EBT card, they looking at everything you put on the counter. I don't play with people no more. I'll tell everybody in the line, go before me, because I don't have time for that. They just not used to that type of energy. All y'all go before me, because I'll be damned if you just finna sit here and watch what I'm buying my kids. And watch what I'm spending it and what I'm paying for it with. It's just funny that people thought you didn't know what they were doing. How I don't know what you're doing when I saw people doing that years ago all over TikTok, calling themselves exposing what people was buying at the counter, throwing it on TikTok. They better than me, because if I see that, you're probably getting sued, because why are you watching what I'm buying in the store? And I don't know you. They let the internet and video phone cameras just take over their minds. Like, these people act possessed today. Because you didn't care years ago. We're not going to sit here. I think they didn't care till the EBT beneficiary. They're the ones that brought this on themselves, if you ask me. Because it's like, if you're going to get on the internet and brag about fancy cars and shoes, why wouldn't people get mad at you? You got all this stuff you showboating on the internet, and people know you get EBT. Luxury cars too, y'all. They out here riding around in spider cars. They got the latest heels and shoes and hairstyles. Talking about a man ain't gonna want you if you get EBT. Let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, they had all kind of narratives going around out here. If you meet a new man and y'all start dating, why would you be receiving EBT? Be his business. If you want to put that man all in your business like that. But most men already kind of assume that if you have multiple children, that's how you were feeding your kids. But I want to speak for some single parents out there too, because I know a lot of hardworking single parents that they ain't been getting EBT for years. Like, I don't know. It's like I'm trying not to tell too much of my business without, like, but stay on topic, because it's some people that believe that false narrative about me too. Like, since the day I had a child and had multiple children, I just had to have EBT to feed my kids. No, there were periods where, for example, if you work at a food establishment, most times you do get a discount. Tell me I'm lying. So it's times you just said, that's okay, EBT, I don't need this no more. EBT said, why? Your income still matches the threshold. And I tell them, well, if I'm working at a food establishment and I get a 50% off discount plus free meals on my day off, maybe somebody else can use these benefits. But that's me, personally. If I get another food establishment job, I'm going to be the same way. Because that's why you get those perks and discounts and stuff. Why would most food establishments do not want to see their people in there hungry fixing other people burgers and fries? You know, I know people are pretty much burnt out on this topic at this point, but it's called a topic of we kind of see what's coming, like, because of what we saw was happening. They trying to suddenly you saying we don't care that people being deported, we don't care. Now you want to care, because look, there's changes happening in our own country to our own people. I thought that was rude. You better off just like seeing the news, not saying nothing about that. Because all them people that was deported, some of them were getting EBT, and I don't even know how that's possible. So I don't get too deep off into the deportation topics unless it's about families who have been torn apart, because why would I not care about that? You know. But y'all, this is some crazy stuff. I gotta admit too, I never got jealous of that or nothing. Like, how would I know that a person get EBT? If you got a luxury car and a nice home and your kids are dressed, see, it's a thin line between people thinking that you're supposed to actually look like you're struggling when you're struggling. That's something else I want to touch on for a second. Like, who raised y'all to believe that? Oh, that person can't be in a shelter. That person got on a business suit every day and nice tuck I wouldn't care if you wear a tuxedo every day. You in a shelter. That don't mean that you have money. You know what I'm saying? That might have been that person's last outfit. They went homeless and lost their job on the same day. Then yeah, you can expect to see people in a shelter in a tuxedo, a business suit, luxury clothes. That don't mean they don't still have what they have before they moved there. It just all the people are doing are exposing. Yeah, we've been watching everybody pockets. That's why I hate when people bring up the pocket watching topic, because to be honest, it seems like it's being exposed. Like I posted earlier. What did I say earlier? What was I saying? It's just like it's not hidden. Like people started watching our pockets more once they got access to be able to do that. It's called the internet, mobile banking. I said it's real funny that all this stuff being cut out off after all these breaches and hacking. People been reporting their bank accounts getting hacked. Did they get food stamps? Did they get any type of benefit because that was happening to them? That's my question. Did you just get automatically approved for Medicaid and SNAP when you called Bank of America and told them somebody hacked your account? Because I ain't heard too many of those stories. So people supposed to walk around here with messed up identities on top of their bank accounts being hacked. And then just go to work. You do know if you go to work, they have to have somewhere to deposit the paycheck. And most people do mobile banking. What's that called? Direct deposit. Direct deposit is an electronic deposit. See, people got to understand from the ground up why these changes are happening. Don't expect no one or two people to take accountability. People been out here running around with their hair done, nice shoes and clothes. Then they looked at other SNAP recipients who actually looked like SNAP recipients. What I mean is that they might not have had luxury clothes, luxury cars, and luxury homes, but at least they looked like they actually needed the assistance. You see what I'm saying? You had some of those who learned how to quote unquote look bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? And now they want to think, well, it's the fault of the people that was getting EBT. Y'all, there was some lady, supposedly, she got penalized. She started some kind of cake business from home, but she was buying the cake mix and stuff with her EBT. I'm telling you, like, how was your program designed to help people come up and not need the program no more if they are penalized for selling pickles and candy bars? You know, at least you're not selling the EBT. I don't know, because I don't make the rules to the stuff. But at least you're not selling the actual stamps. You're going to buy food items. You're preparing the food items in your kitchen, and then you're selling your work. How is that fraud? You sell your work. If you make a cake, if you make some candies, whatever you're baking from home, and you decide to sell plates, that's another thing. You know, that community of people that started selling plates, I'm not mad at them. EBT is. And y'all was like, I support this business, I don't support that business. We don't know who washing their hands, who kitchens is clean. Your problems were bigger than that. You was too busy focused on trying to stop who was able to make money and not get money, but the assistance was out here for everybody. You know? I mean, you can try to advise people who to buy food from and not buy food from, but see, people are going to give their business and spend their money where they want to. Like I said, to me, people just tried to be God, and then look what happened. Every time they try to be God to one, everybody gets affected. They gonna learn, boy. They gonna learn. Every time. Let me repeat what I said. Every time you get in a God complex mentality mindset, there are it seems to be literal spiritual repercussions for that. Like spiritual penalties for that. Obviously, it's nobody's place to play God and say who should. I don't know. I'm saying, if nothing else don't prove it, I don't know what else do. This stuff was not created for you to turn it and I'm going to sell pickles and stuff on the side and try to make money off of it. Because, like, usually if I bought a pickle or ice drink or ice cream from somebody, That's not the first thing on my mind. Like, did you purchase this with EBT? I'm trying to tell y'all, these people you thought was supporting your businesses, your food businesses, and snack businesses and fundraisers, but behind the scenes they knew you were getting EBT. Yeah, look at it. Them the people was going to report people. People whose husbands or wives made too much money for them to get the benefits in their household, but they still, girl, they was still out here somehow getting benefits for their homes. Because of course, if you're not getting the benefits, the only other way you could be getting them is getting them from somebody, getting food help from somebody who because this was my question. Okay, let's say you get food stamps and you want to go out there and help the homeless, which is something they have heard me say before. Like, you just want to cook plates and take them out there to the homeless. Since the bougie and the working class is too bougie and your kitchen might not be sufficient enough to their liking, you go out there and feed the homeless people. I bet you they would still say it's a crime. This is sad. I never thought I would see the day that, you have a president that literally want all the poor and needy. Like, bro, what you mean make America great again? Even in the 1930s, the Great Depression happened. That can happen at any period in history. Pretty much where the economy has some kind of issue. And then you just gonna blame it on the poor people? They ain't gonna be able to do this time. It's too many rich people been getting exposed too. What you mean? Exposed from high level to low level, it doesn't matter. Quit trying to blame the the EBT crisis on the poor. That's what I'm sick of seeing. When it literally showed us all kind of evidence on TikTok, there was EBT parents and nicer cars than people that was working. It was EBT parents and nicer clothing, designer clothing than people that was working 40-hour-a-week jobs getting no benefits at all. How you gonna blame the poor people for that? Oh, that's another thing with the designer, y'all can't think everything you see is designer anyway. Hasn't that been exposed about the designers already? China came on the news and told y'all about different designer names that you thought was this and that, and it's something else. Okay? So I don't know why they still trying to chase these designer names, like, as if that's gonna put them back on top. As you see, the average white person, I ain't gonna even say, I didn't mean to put it like that. It came out so quick though. But the average rich person is the term I was looking for. Like Mr. Bill Gates, you don't see him in Gucci and Prada and shit every day, do you? Bill Gates will put on a regular shirt and some slacks and some banana boat shoes, business shoes, and going about his business. He ain't gotta have designer on every day. But guess what? When people see him, they know it's Bill Gates. That's when you know your money speaks. Everybody you see showboating like that, they ain't really got no money, because why would they be trying to show it off all the time? Or if they do have it, they had never had it before, because look how desperate they are to show off everything they got. And they might want to stop doing it. Everybody that's doing it, you might want to stop doing it before and after November 1st. Okay? And not because I'm some kind of thief or robber out here. You do have people that count your pockets just by looking at you. That's what they thought they could do to everybody. But I want to think more like Bill Gates. I don't want people, even while I don't have it. Good. Continue to think I don't have it. That's what I'm saying. That's the best spot to be in. Think I don't have it, because I don't. But if I were to have some kind of transition, I would stay just the same these days. I wear the same hairstyles, my natural hair, and then people got stupid. They said they was going to start, I don't know, it's only one community of people you see this type of stupid activities too. You want to talk about whose wig was matted up, whose clothes weren't ironed, and the whole time they was getting EBT. But you said nothing about the ones that was getting EBT riding around in luxury cars and luxury homes. Why wouldn't you think they was going to eventually catch that, bro? Like, that makes no sense. You now have given them people the authority to go all up in your finances. The day that you signed up to get government benefits, you thought they was just going to be concerned about what your finances is during the time you got the benefits. No, they're concerned about your whole life of finances. The day that you Like me, I knew it wasn't gonna be here. I'm like, these people gonna know. I don't know. I just knew the world was gonna change. If I ever looked like I was finna transition off of the government benefits, so, and I know I'm not the only one. So they're just mad because it's being exposed that that program was never designed to like. It's true, y'all. It's so true and sad at the same time. It was never designed. You know what I'm saying? To like put you in a better position. They want you to go buy all that junk food, snacks, all them red meats, and now that everybody has filled their systems with it, they're cutting it off. And you're going to be left to deal with your own health issues from whatever you were eating. A lot of more people, they don't see it yet, but they will be paying for medical appointments in a minute. They'll be paying for the work since they thought it was okay to just ruin their bodies and eat whatever because this is the American way. They'll see. They'll see. I had a dentist give me a price about a tooth just the other day. That's what woke me up. Honestly, like, I said, now wait a minute, because that ain't even the food you eating. That's just replacing a tooth in your mouth. You know what I mean? It will make you more think about your habits and what you do and what you're feeding into. Because, see, God don't wish evil for his people. I think this is a way to get people back on a... Why do you think black people back in the day did their best to start their own communities and schools? Pretty much just live more independently. Probably because there wasn't no SNAP benefits back then. It's just sad to know, like, don't try to cover up that part of history. Y'all went in there and tried to destroy every independent venture. Because if, that's what I'm wondering, if all these black towns still exist, all the stuff black people built during and before the civil rights movement, how would the black communities be doing today? They better not sit around and complain about the state of the community of black people when you sat there and tore down every town and business venture they tried to start during the civil rights movement and before and after and during. They literally did that. This is a part of American history. You had, oh, honey, that's just the past. They were racist. They were haters. No, then you owe all those black families back. Why did you come in there destroying their towns, their grocery stores, all the stuff they try to build for themselves? It's dumb. You know, if I'm going to talk about it, you got to talk real about it. They didn't have EBT. Why you think they went? And it says they were successful too. They went and started all kind of things, growing their own food. You know, you didn't see black kids coming outside undressed or wrinkled or nothing. Because back then, everybody even carried themselves different. That's where we learned that from. Some of our grandmothers told us about that. Some of our grandmothers and great-grandmothers. Okay? They told us about how no matter what you were going through behind closed doors back then, it didn't matter. Somehow they still were managed to comb everybody in the household's hair, dress them every day, pay their bills. Of course, bills and stuff were probably cheaper back then, but still. It makes no sense. Leave black people out of it. When we sat here and then tried to build ourselves up over and over, and I know it's true what happened back then because they doing it today. It's certain ones they just want to keep penalizing over and over. Every time they build something up, they sitting here turning it down. And what a coincidence. It's black people. A black woman, a black man. They don't care if you go to work now and work over 80 hours a week. They don't care about that. And then you get praised when you go to work for somebody else. So you working 80 hours a week for your own business and the government know about it? Oh yeah, baby, they stalking you. Even if your business ain't took off, you ain't making no money yet. If they even see the potential in something you building on your own, taking off faster than one of they big corp. That's all it is. It's looked at as a threat, I guess. It's just like you thought we came further than that in America. It's crazy. Talking about you might need mental health therapy. A lot of us do, because we sat here and witnessed y'all let foreigners come in here and build their lives and make a lot of money and build business and everything. After you tore down and attacked and sabotaged anything you could do with independent black businesses. That makes no sense. Are we saying everybody's like this, y'all? Because they're not going to misquote me. No, everybody is not like this, but I don't know. You got a lot of people that made it their business to go report any. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because when God start blessing his people legally, and you won't be able to use the whole fraudulent card against them, then that's when you really gonna see their true colors come out. I've been having flies and spies around me for so long. Ever since I became an entrepreneur, it's not even funny. Because they want to be right there to see you make your first million, your first 10,000. They have to be there to witness it. And then, I don't know why, because they still going to turn around and spin the narrative. And say you stole it or you had to get it this way or that way. That shit's so stupid. When you literally did not build this system for these type of people to thrive and succeed in the first place. They need to tell the truth. Don't you think people, you're causing people to stand up for their rights more and everything when you cut off all the little help they did settle, might I add. Unless you were disabled, that's really the only thing I can think of. Unless you were disabled or somebody in your household was disabled, there's really no, excuse outside of the fact that you settled for benefits. That's what they don't want people waking up to. Like, wow, we were just settling for this? Yeah, that's it. You didn't have to go apply for anything. You settled for it. Now, when people get out of their settling energy and actually start defending their rights and standing up for themselves about money that might be due to them, we shouldn't see more attacks and people being found hung in trees because they're standing up for their rights. What did you expect them to do? Roll over and die, huh? Roll over and just die and go work as a 80 hours a week for somebody else's company. See, this keeps them on top. It just threatens a system for you to show people that they can go independently build. I mean, why would you want to be teaching people just settle for SNAP? Okay, so now you teaching them, well, settle for building, settle for investing in yourself. I wouldn't care if it's every dime and penny you've had for the past 2 years. We got to do something. All that, I don't advise people to pull money together and fundraisers and stuff all the time, because that type of stuff gets sabotaged too. We were just talking about that GoFundMe stuff last night, how people need to be careful. I mean, I'm sure the people are already talking about it, but be careful trying to play God when it comes to charity and donorships, because God do see you. God is the one who came on earth and spoke about charity. Jesus Christ. And he didn't already put his foot down about that. He said from the beginning he felt like taxes and stuff like that was evil. God did. And it's just a certain kind of way when you like one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That would mean even the poor, even the homeless, even the ones you think live a stinky, dirty life. You notice nobody gonna take the time out to stop everything they doing and go help a poor person. I ain't seen it yet. It's some, very, very few. But mouth open, wide, they jaws all the way to the ground with something to say about them. So I just thought I would come speak my piece about that. Y'all might want to stay tuned within the next week, because it's just a lot of topics to cover these days. Like with this new trending topic about Candace Owens. And I am praying for her, because it's sad that you can't speak up about what you think is right without being, I don't know, threatening and all that. But that's what come with it. They start threatening you, shutting you down, antagonizing you, and then people say, well, there must have been something that person said wrong. So they're not going to be able to stand before God and say there was no kind of way they could help in the world. They're not going to be able to stand before God and say, well, God, this is why the children went hungry. God, this is why the disabled couldn't find a place to stay so they can have somewhere to plug up their oxygen machines and stuff. God ain't going to want to hear that. God said years ago, taxes is just, they were beside him. That's why tax collectors and stuff didn't like Jesus back then. Here, you're not going to pour it in there.
I want to pour my juice.
No, that's mommy's juice.
No,
drink it.
It's mine.
Drink it. Don't pour it in there. Thank you.
Sorry, Mommy.
It's okay. Don't pour it in there.